Good afternoon, Patriots! How are we all doing today? I hope we're all doing really well today. I sure am. It's a lovely, lovely day here in Loughborough. So we're out here today, outside this particular hotel. Oh, I think I'm going to move over here a little bit. There's a little bit of feedback. No, I certainly won't do that. Right, okay, yes, so we're outside this hotel. Now, this hotel, the Ramada Hotel in Loughborough, it was used for illegal migrants. You're supposed to go boo at this point, guys, aren't you? Boo! It was housing illegal migrants, wasn't it? People that should never have been allowed into this country. What we did when we voted for Brexit, one of the main things was we wanted to secure our borders. And that was 10 years ago. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly don't feel like we've even got a border anymore. They just pour in, day after day, week after week, thousands and thousands of unvetted, unknown, illegal migrants. They're not here to help us. They're here to take over. They're here to try and get as much as they can out of this country. They're here to try and get as much welfare as they can. They're not here to help us. They're here to take over. So yes, we're outside here today to try and make some noise, to try and make some awareness of some of the troubles that's happening in this great country. Well, it used to be great, but at the moment it's being run into the ground. And that's being nice. I personally think it's being deliberately destroyed. It's being destroyed by evil forces, and I call them the globalists. The globalists have a plan. One of the main plans, if you want to look it up, is the UN Agenda 2030, where they are actively flooding Western countries, white majority countries, with vast amounts of illegal migrants, with mass uncontrolled immigration. These people are coming over here and changing the fabric of the country. They are coming from mainly places that have totally different cultures, totally different religions to what we are used to here. We say they're here to integrate. I say they're not. They're not integrating at all. They're setting up their own parallel societies. Some of these societies that have cropped up, you don't even need to speak English. That's not even a requirement anymore. They can live their entire lives speaking their own native tongue amongst their own native people. But as soon as we say we want to live with our native people, we're shut down. We're shut down as racists. We're shut down as fascists. We're shut down as Nazis. Nothing could be further from the truth. We just want our country to be great. And we don't want all of these mass uncontrolled immigration to come into this country. It's completely changing the whole areas are not British anymore. And the country is also suffering from a massive crime wave. The absolute crime is epidemic. Where I'm from in Birmingham, there's over 4,000 stabbings a year. That's basically 10 a day on average, or more. It's absolutely crazy what's going on. People don't feel safe walking down the streets in their own countries anymore. What changed? It was mass uncontrolled immigration, that's what. And these people come over here and they don't respect us. In fact, many of them wish us harm or even death. They want to get us killed. They absolutely hate white British people. What have we ever done to them? We tried to help them. We provided civilization across the world. We gave them schools, hospitals, technology, all sorts of things for free. And we don't even get a thank you. We just get told we're the terrible, terrible people. And we were just the worst people in the world. Well, I'm here to say to you, we are not the worst people. We're some of the best ever in the history, in the history of the earth. So yeah, never forget that. Because we're always proud to be English. We're always proud to be British. And I'm very proud of our history. And I won't make any apologies for it. We ended the slave trade. You never hear about that. That's right. Yeah. Schools nowadays, they're indoctrination camps. That's what they are, indoctrination camps. They all talk about the evils of the British Empire, but they never ever talk about the positives. that we brought civilization to places all across the world and made their living standards in those countries a much, much better place for them to live. So yes, we have brought out a lot of free technology and given it out for free to all sorts of different people. We basically created the modern world. We certainly had a massive hand in it. So, as I say, we're sick to death of all this mass uncontrolled immigration, and we're pleased to see that this hotel has been shut and won't be holding any more illegal migrants. However, that is only a partial victory, because the real victory comes when we actually get these people deported, when they get them deported from this country. We know that they are committing vast amounts of crime per capita. For you lefties out there, look up per capita. We know you struggle with that meaning. We know you do. But yes, why is it that we're allowing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Afghanistan people who are proved to be 17, 18, 20 times more likely to commit a rape? The grooming gang scandal is still going on as well, mainly being done by Pakistani Muslims. It's absolutely harrowing what's happened to those young British white girls, and it's still going on today. The first reports of it was happening was soon after 1948, when we had the National Act, when we started allowing in immigration. We've had headlines from newspapers in the 1950s talking about grooming gangs. It's disgusting. It's got to stop. But people turn a blind eye in power. The police turned a blind eye. Social services turned a blind eye. The government turned a blind eye, including Labour. Now I call them Loughborough because all they ever do is lie. They're traitors. They're absolute traitors. They're actively destroying this country. And we want them out. We want them out as soon as possible. Give us another general election. Give us that opportunity to vote these goddamn people out. They're the worst of the worst. As I say, actively destroying this country. So yeah, we're out here today to bring some awareness to the issues of illegal migration that is happening. As I say, thousands and thousands keep coming, and they'll keep coming. The pull factors are absolutely amazing for them. They get given everything, and I mean everything, for free. Recently in the news, in Stoke-Heath, we found out that migrants were being moved into brand new £250,000 houses. This is absolutely ludicrous. This is crazy. I hope you all agree with me when I say we should be housing our own first.
Yes.
House our own homeless. House our own veterans first, before we even think about housing others. You wouldn't, if you had a child living out on the streets, you wouldn't house a stranger before your own child, would you?
No.
No, you wouldn't. So why are we doing this? It's because of certain laws and treaties that we've signed up to. And these treaties need to be rescinded. One of them is the ECHR. That needs to be scrapped. The other one is the 1951, I think, is UN Refugee Convention. These are the things that they rely on in court. They use the best barristers, lawyers, to be able to game the system, to be able to stay into this country. They're also able to stay, as they say, they're entitled to a family life under their human rights. So what we actually see is illegal migrants coming on our boats, then they're given indefinite leave to remain here, and then they get the rest of their families in. They get the mothers, the children, the uncles, the aunts, the cousins, and they all get flown in. They'll get flown in, and they're all given a load of free housing, a load of free food. In fact, actually, they get free driving lessons. Can you believe it? Guitar lessons. As I say, everything we give to them, and still, we hear about them complaining. In Stoke-Heath, they were moaning about the speed of the Wi-Fi not being good enough for them. What is this all about? We saw in Reading that the illegal migrants out there were complaining about the food. They were having fights about it. What is the matter with these people? Why are they here? Well, they're here because there's an agenda going on, ladies and gentlemen. There is an agenda. They are being told to come here. They're being encouraged to come here by the globalists who can't stand the West. They want to see the West destroyed by flooding it with all of these millions and millions of people. These problems are happening across Europe, across America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Wherever there's a white majority country, they're being flooded. And we're here to say, this has got to stop. Wake up, people. Please, wake up to some of the issues that are going on in this country and across the world.
Well done.
What we actually want. We don't want more communism, which is unfortunately what Andy Burnham, or Andy Bumham as I like to call him. Yeah, Andy Bumham's a wanker, exactly. So yeah, we're absolutely sick to death of the bloody communist socialists. He's even more far left than Keir Starmer, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Well, apparently he is, and I'm sure we'll find that out in due course. He's only been in the job 5-6 days. He's already done multiple U-turns. One of the sly things he does, he said, oh, I'm going to bring down energy bills. But what he didn't actually say, which is actually the truth, he was only bringing down the electricity bill. So it doesn't include gas or people on oil. So it's sleight of hand. It's trying to get out the headlines. It's trying to get some goodwill on his side. He also talks about opening up the North Sea oil. However, what it doesn't say to you, it's not about new licences. It was the licences that they suspended in the first place. So what you hear and what you read in the lying mainstream media is not what is actually going on. People like us, we spend time, we do our homework, we do our research, we try to find out what is actually going on. And it's absolutely shocking. The more you look into it, the worse it gets. And I mean really bad, really bad. It's shocking the amount of money that is being spent on all this. Billions and billions and billions. It's not government money, it's our money. It's hard-working taxpayers' money, and it's being totally and utterly wasted. We want it to be spent on services in our local communities. We want it spent on hospitals, doctors, dentists, schools, education. That's what we should be paying for. That's what we're happy to pay our taxes for. We're not happy to also be funding these endless, and I mean endless, foreign wars. Stop the foreign wars.
Yes.
Why are we paying billions to Ukraine to defend their border when we don't spend billions to defend ours? As I say, I don't even feel we have even got a border. It's a total joke what's happening in this country. And more people are thankfully waking up to what the horrors of what's been going on. Ever since 1997, when Tony Blair got into power, he opened the floodgates. And we've seen whole communities being decimated. Alum Rock, a place in Birmingham, is now 96% non-white. How did this happen? How did this happen? Why did we allow this to happen? This should never have been allowed. And if you think, oh, it's okay, it's only there, well, I'm telling you now, it's coming to every single street and every single community in this country. People need to wake up. People need to say no to communism, no to socialism. And what is the answer, ladies and gentlemen? Is to say yes to nationalism. We want nationalism in this country, and we can't wait to get it, because we want to deport millions of people who should never have been allowed into this country in the first place. Deport every illegal. That's the DEI we support. Deport every illegal. There's over 170 of these hotels up and down the country. They say, oh, we're going to close the hotels and we're going to save you money. No, they're not. It's not going to save us a penny. They'll be put up in private rented accommodation. They'll be put into HMOs. HMOs are being converted from houses every single day in this country. And they're being filled with people, as I say, who shouldn't even be in this country. People who don't even like us. They don't like our way of thinking. They don't like us at all. They treat women like second-class citizens. We know what Islam does and treats their women. How do you think they will treat white women in this country? I'll tell you now, it doesn't take a genius to work it out, but terribly. I am very scared for the future of this country if people do not start waking up and start saying no to the communists, no to the socialists, and say yes to nationalism, because that is what this country needs. It needs to be saying we want to put the British people first, not last. It's terrible what's happening. So open your eyes, guys. Follow multiple YouTubers who talk about this stuff day in, day out. Also on Facebook, follow the creators on there. We're lucky today, we've got a few of them out here. And they do God's works, spreading the message that we want to say, that this country is in deep trouble. It's in deep, deep trouble. And we need to make some changes, and we need to make them fast. So thank you ever so much for every single one of you patriots for coming out here today to support the message, to support the local community, to support them in saying, no, we don't want illegal migrants in our community. We don't want them moved to another community. We want them deported.
Yes.
Send them back.
Send them back.
Send them back.
Send them back. Send them back. Send them back. Send them back.
Send them back. Send them back. This is our country. We also want to stop the boats. Stop the boats. Stop the boats and send them back. It's a clear message. Close all of the hotels up and down the country and deport all the illegals. We're sick to death of it. We're sick to death of hearing in the news every single day that there's been a stabbing, a rape, or a murder being committed by an illegal migrant. The brutality of some of these people and their crimes is absolutely harrowing to read, and it keeps happening. It's not going away, ladies and gentlemen. It's only going to get worse. And it's only people like us who are coming out here who are brave enough to say what is actually going on in this country. We get called all sorts of names. We get called racist. We get called fascists. We get called Nazis. But none of that is true. We're just ordinary members of the public who are frightened for our communities, our women and children. And we can see the direction of travel. We can see the demographic changes that are happening in this country. In the 90s, we were 95% white British, and now we're about 70%. It was 74.7% in the last census, but that was over 5 years ago. So it probably is about 70% now. We reckon in probably about 20 odd years, if that, we'll be a minority in this country. Why? We never ever voted for it. We never ever was asked. And at every opportunity, we voted for less immigration into this country. And what did we get in return from our so-called leaders? We got treachery, and we got record high levels of immigration into this country, which is something we didn't vote for. We didn't want, and we never will want. We want this country to remain English for the England. Sorry, we want England to remain for the English people. We are proud of this country, but we are not proud of our leaders. They are literally traitors. They are being taken the bribes. They are puppets. They're being controlled by the globalists. Go and look them up. Part of the World Economic Forum. The people who work in Davos, the Bilderberg groups, the Black Blocs, the Vanguards, the people who are actually pulling the strings, telling the government what they must do. And they say, you mustn't deport these people. We need them to come here for jobs. That's a lie. That's another lie. The more and more people that come here, it lowers the wages for everyone. Everyone's standard of living drops. Everyone's standard of living gets harder and poorer. It's terrible. And what communists have said is, well, we just want everyone to be equally poor. Well, I say no. I don't think that is the way. That should never be the way. We should be looking after our own people, especially the poor homeless and the poor veterans living on our streets. It's disgusting. We all speak to them and we say, we're so sorry that you're in this situation. You should be housed in these hotels, if anyone should be. It should be them. We need to be doing far, far more to be looking after our own people. Thankfully, some of us are involved in all sorts of other activities, including feeding the homeless, which is a very admirable thing. And I know Damien here today personally does that. And that is a very, very credible thing for him to be doing. Well, also in my local area, we have a local community safety event once a week in Sutton Coldfield, 5 till 7 p.m. every Friday. We give out personal safety alarms. We've given out loads and loads of them to frighten women. And it's also, I would say, even men should be having them, because they also receive violent attacks against all sorts of people. It's not just women who get raped. I was reading the other day about a man being raped by an illegal migrant. We're all under attack by these people. The crime statistics are out through the roof. And what's even worse is when we try and ask the government, what is the nationality, what is the ethnicity of these criminals? They refuse to give us the data, even though they've got it. They say it costs too much to do it. No, it doesn't. We're demanding to know who are these people who are committing all of these horrific crimes in this country. And whoever they are, let's send them home. Let's send them home. They don't belong here. They'll never be welcome here. So as I say, please join with me when I say, save the nation, remigration.
Save the nation, remigration. Save the nation, remigration.
Millions must go.
Aim high, vote low.
Must go. And we need to start off with these illegal migrants. And anyway, there are far too many of them walking amongst us. But anyway, as our community safety event last night in Sutton Coldfield, we were attacked. We were attacked by far left extremists, far left terrorists. Antifa turned up. Stand Up to Racism turned up. The Green Party turned up. Many of them wearing masks. Many of them intimidated or tried to intimidate us, but we will never, ever be intimidated by far left extremists. We told them they weren't welcoming warmly, and we got rid of them. We sorted them out. We know a lot of them are paid. They're paid. Why did they go at 6 o'clock on the dot instead of 7 o'clock when the event finishes? It's because they're all being paid. And they're all being paid by the likes of billionaires like George Soros. George Soros, the billionaires they claim to hate so much and want to tax so much, but they're happy to take his money as he funds left-wing organisations across the world promoting mass immigration into countries. They are the enemy. They are the globalists. They are the evil forces that are controlling our puppet governments. We've got to get rid of them. Get rid of them. Stand up to them and say, no, we don't want communism. We don't want socialism. And we certainly don't want globalism. It's absolutely not. We want nationalism. We want a strong country. We want a country with a border. We want to feel safe on our streets. We want our ladies, women and children all to be feeling safe in their own communities. Many people I know refuse to go into Birmingham city centre now due to the high crime rates. If you're a young girl, 18, going out in the